Alright, good morning everyone. What's up there? Welcome to my channel, and we're gonna pick up where we left off. So we finished building the frame for the farmhouse table. So as you can see, we got some color on it. Finally got back from the customer what color they wanted. They wanted a black frame with an English chestnut shelf and a top. So that's what we did. Not my preference, but I think it came out and looked nice. So it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I've been down for the count for a week with the flu. 100 degrees out. I don't understand how I caught the flu, but couldn't do anything. So basically, we're gonna polish this thing up. We mounted all the board, 2x6 boards on the bottom with pocket holes. So, boom, boom, boom. Got that in there, nice and tight. Did the top, same thing, but glued them all together. I didn't use pocket holes to get them together. I glued them all, which works out better because I picked up myself a joiner on Marketplace for $100 bonus. That helped out immensely. Selling my sold one of my other tables, so didn't cost me a dime. Took that money and bought that. You know, it's not the greatest one, but it works, and it does a fantastic job. I thought everything came out pretty good. So right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna polish this thing up. What I'm gonna be using is min wax paste wax. Gonna put it on with steel wool 0000, and then I'm going to buff it all out, give it a nice shine, and then we're going to mount the tabletop. We're going to mount it on there and then call the customer and tell her to come pick it up. And it turns out that she actually wants a TV stand also to match this, so after this we'll be building a TV stand. Very, very basic. You know, nothing crazy. So a simple box and with a shelf in it. So I'm gonna do the same thing with the top. We're gonna put 2x6s on there, and we're gonna make it all match and look good. So let's get to it. Let's polish this thing up and clean it up and make this thing look nice before it gets to be 1,000 degrees in here. I got the air conditioner on all night, so it's a little cool, but that ain't gonna last long. So I'm gonna try and knock this out pretty quick, and let's see what the finished products look like. All right, hang on, and you can watch us and see what we're doing. So what you want to do is you want to take your steel wool, and you want to get a lot of wax on there. And basically just follow the grain. And with the steel wool, what it's going to do is take out the imperfections that are on their little bumps and, you know, dusty as hell in here, so it's going to have it on there. So we're going to try and get all that stuff out and make it look really good. I want to get a lot of wax on there because it's going to suck it all up. You might notice it's going to take a little bit of the paint of the stain off, but that's okay because it's going to give it that nice look. It's a farmhouse table, so it's not supposed to be perfect, but we're going to get it as close to perfect as we can. Try and get underneath also, so you get all, if you run your hand under it, stays nice and soft. Now the only bad thing about this is that wax gets in the cracks and crevices, so you got to get in there and get all that out of there before you polish it. This way you don't have anything stuck in there. Let that dry up a little bit. I'm going to get the buffer out and I'll show you how nice this looks, but want to go around and make sure you got nothing in the cracks. get yourself one of these handy little tools and a little scribe set, and you can get in there and get all that stuff out of there. Yeah, look at that. Another cheap, handy little Harbor Freight tool. I found out works real well. That nice that's coming out. Now this thing, you're just using it to buff it out. So what I like to do now is I'll put another coat on, just the base, get it nice and shiny, and plus it puts a nice layer of protection on it. And at the end product, you take your time with this and do the extra steps, because it's really gonna make this piece look really nice. You know, for construction grade lumber, you can't go wrong. There you go. Nice and shiny, looks good, smooth as anything. Of course, we'll give it a dry buff out and clean up any dust and all that stuff. So now we're gonna go over to the tabletop, and we're gonna do the tabletop now. So I'm gonna turn that over there so you can see. It's a little faded and needs a lot of attention. The tabletop, make sure you always get the sides, very important. Get them cleaned up real nice and soft. Once it's fully dried up, then we're gonna give it another polish, another buff, just to get all the little imperfections out. But I think for construction grade lumber, 2x6s, that looks pretty good. So we're gonna mount this on now real quick and see what we got. See how the final product looks. Now let's take this, flip it over. Break out our Z clips. We used our biscuit joiner for. I like to add a couple of finishing touches, which are the little feet. So, weird thing is, if they don't want them on there, they can just pop them right out. That's a wrap. Okay. Have ourselves a table. Looks nice. For construction grade lumber. We all could do it. So if you stuck with it this long and you like my page, please subscribe, like the channel, help me out trying to make something happen here. I don't know if it's entertaining, but I enjoy building things like this, taking regular wood and turning it into that. So I can make a few bucks off it too. Maybe get some better tools. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next one, man.